Today I'm going to show you how to make a dish I call Mussels-O-Miso. They are mussels that are basically steamed, cooked in a broth that has a lot of different Asian flavors specifically. They are alive, okay? They are wide awake and alive right now. And when they're alive, they're usually open just a little bit. We're gonna go to the sink and give these a quick wash. Make sure they don't have any mud on them. The washing will probably make them close because they don't like fresh water, okay? If you see any that are open, I want you to squeeze it back and forth a few times to open and close it and then set it aside. So if in 30 seconds they are still open, they are dead. And you will discard them, okay? So, gonna look for beards at the same time too. Okay, so here's a beard, which they use to hold on to whatever they're gonna hold on to, right? So we always wanna pull them out towards the hinge. That's the pointy part, okay? Take your pliers or even tongs, kind of wrap it around and ratchet it out like that. So I'm just gonna look for beards and look for anything that's gaping open. Okay, this one, you see he's open? Sometimes you can actually see them start to close almost immediately like that. See that? Okay, so he's alive, he's good. I can put him back in here. Oh, also look for broken shells, okay? Broken shell, we're not gonna eat him. There's a little more beard. So now I'm gonna go back through and look at these guys. Okay, he's dead. Dead. Alive, alive. All right, so I've got those done. I'm gonna leave that colander on ice. The next thing I want you to do is to put together this broth mixture. You're gonna have half a cup of chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce, a 1/4 cup of brown miso, or miso, and a tablespoon of dark brown sugar. So just take a fork, kind of mash it up in here, and put a lid on it. Just shake the heck out of it. That'll break up that miso. There. Next, these are SHISHITO peppers. We're gonna get most of these seeds out, okay? And to do that, roll them back and forth in your hands. If a few remain, it's not a big deal. Just get out as many as you can. So just cut these into kind of large rings. And odds are good, whatever seeds left will come out on your board, and that's fine. Next, we are gonna need 2 tablespoons of minced ginger. And I use a spoon to just scrape off the skin. So now I'm gonna cut it off. Cut the ginger thin. Okay, now I wanna make this easy on myself, so I'm gonna turn it over when I've got a flat side and go through it this way. And I'm gonna do the same thing with 2 cloves of garlic. I'm gonna cut once across this way, not going all the way through the woody end. And now we're just gonna chop all of this. I also need to have standing by, this is the juice of a couple of limes. I've also got 1 tablespoon of harissa, followed by a bottle of beer. And I'm going to need some chopped cilantro. I try to just get everything bunched up as tightly as I can into kind of a wad like this, all right? And then turn it sideways, and then you can do this business to it. Garnish matters. It's the last thing that goes on the plate and the first thing that people see, all right? That is everything that is going to go into the bowl of mussels. This dish happens fast. Okay, the first is the oil itself, SHISHITOs. I wanna make sure that they're sizzling. Then I wanna see some browning. It's not screaming, it's not popping. There's a mild sizzle, and I'm getting now some, a little bit of brown. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my ginger and my garlic. I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't want it to get too hot, okay? There, my sauce. Stir it around a little because there might be a chunk of miso still in there. The beer, all of it, and now I'm turning the heat up to high. I want to bring this to a simmer. You want to cover it? It'll come up a little faster. I always serve this with some nice crusty toast. When I do my toast, I just get a little oil on each side. I might hit with a little salt. Coming up to a simmer. See, got bubbles there. Right. Mussels. Close lid. Set your timer for 2 minutes. I'm setting my bread on fire almost. Not quite, I don't mind a little char. So you want them all closed when they go in. We want them all open when they come out. That was my 2 minutes, roughly. Give the pan a little shake. I'm gonna look around. Do they all look open?
Yeah, they do.
They do. I don't wanna cook them any more than I have to. Now, I wanna taste this. This is actually, believe it or not, the main part of the dish is this sauce right here. It could use a little more heat, so I am gonna add the harissa, the lime juice, and give it a stir. Taste it again. Taste. Turn off the heat. So now I'm gonna pour it over. So I've got some shishitos on there. They look great. I'm gonna put a little bit of lime in case somebody wants a little more acidity, right? With cilantro, and I'm adding it from way up high like this so that it distributes itself evenly. You'll definitely want to do more toast than that, okay? Because we want to sop up all of that goodness. Simple, simple, simple. And it's lovely when you eat it, you really just pick it up. What I do is I take one of the mussels out, and then I use this like tweezers to get the rest of them. Sop it all up with the bread. The mussels are really good.